A couple nights later, I returned to the Scarlet Railway. There I saw Sir Topmat and Mr. Percival. They talked to the narrow gauge engines about everything. I stood in conversation and curiosity once more. Engines, this is serious. This devil engine seems to have returned and spooked the shit out of Sir Handel. You're quite right, Sir Topham. But we have to take into consideration that this devil engine is very, well, devious. We need to have the upper hand. You're quite right, Mr. Percival. And that is why I suggest that we be vigilant and stay course. We can't let this engine outsmart us. This ghost must be stopped. You're quite right, sir. No matter the cost. Yes, this will be dark indeed. The other engines had to agree. Sir Handel and Reneus, and that is when I stood in. Duncan, if you confront the engine, I'll give you a portion of my magic. Use it wisely, and use it to destroy the spirit. Don't worry, I'm able to replenish it on my own. Are you sure there, Brandon? I mean, this is a huge responsibility. Duncan, just go with it. Trust me. With any magic I give, is given great responsibility. I think I've heard that before, but in all seriousness, you gotta stop that devil engine, Duncan. He spooked you, spook him back. Brandon's right. I stand with Brandon on this motion to, the magic transfer. Well, the magic borrowing, if you will. So, I ministered a good portion of my magic to Duncan. Good luck. And remember, you have one chance with this. Alright. Don't mention it, said Duncan, and he puffed away to the viaduct. Duncan hurried along at a great clip. He was trying to make up for lost time due to a faulty signal. Then, he approached the viaduct. Alright, you son of a bitch. Show yourself! He then approached the viaduct and stood, and opposite of the viaduct stood the engine, staring angrily into the soul of Duncan. The standoff was immense, and yet all was still, cold, and quiet. So you're the son of a bitch that gave me a spook 500 years ago. The engine stood in intent, said nothing, and just smirked. The devil stood intently and darkly in awe. It was immense in purification. He then violentinized his plot to destroy all and whatnot, blowed his whistle. Ah, well, here's a little trick up my sleeve, you son of a bitch! Then, it was shrouded in my magic. He was starting to get encased and crumbled within the purification. He then stared angrily into the soul of Duncan one final time, burning with desired angeredness. And then vanished into a dark cloud of smoke and into thin air. All was silent and quiet, and no trace of the devil engine was to be had ever again. It was all silent and still. Duncan felt honored and triumphant. He felt very pleased once more. Duncan then puffed back to the sheds, triumphant and victorious. Victorious Trainz, no less. least that's one less shithole of my bunker there. As soon as Duncan got back, I replenished my magic and all was well. Well done, Duncan. You stood up to that devil engine and showed him who's boss. Hopefully he won't return anytime soon. Brandon, that magic you gave Duncan, what does it do? It sent him to an alternate dimension, ultimately destroying him. I sense that he must be in the same dimension as Springer and Constantine was, but it's hard to say. Who knows? I'm glad he's gone. But Rusty wasn't so sure. Peter, Sam, and Randall returned from their therapy and were relieved, but Scarlotti and Reneus weren't too sure. As the night wore on, I thought to myself, holy shit. Duncan, you actually did something good for once again. But then again, I thought to myself, there was many more adventures to come on the island of Sodor, and many loose ends to tie up with and such. But of course, as always, that again is a story once more and again for another day.